Welcome to the Wasatch Powder Keg. It's the USA National Championships. Women's Semi 1 is about to start. They're lining up now. I'm Max Valverde. I'll be commentating for you. We're going to get right into it. We have semis, the women's semis, men's semis. We're going to be going sprint back to back to back to back. Stay with us, and here we go. We're about to get going with the women's semis. Let's take you back down to the bottom. All right, so let me tell you who's in this first semi. We have Gwen Rudy had the fastest time, followed by Laura Tuttle, followed by Caroline Manny, followed by Alana Von Phillips and Christy Polentz. That will be semifinal heat 1. And they are off. Women's semi heat 1. It's Ron Winsett in the diamonds, getting just those nasty shots. Check out Ron Winsett photography if you want to see some pro shots from the day. All right, they're entering the diamonds now. There's 2 lanes here that they can pick. All right, we have Gwen Rudy on the left here. On the right, we have Laura Tuttle. Coming into the first transition of a skin to boot transition. Tuttle in front here, Rudy closest to us, and Alana Von Phillips coming in third into the transition zone. Clean transition for Rudy and Tuttle, and they're off. Rudy on the right taking off, up the boot pack. Tuttle in close pursuit. Rudy into the top of the boot pack, going to go boot to skin. Tuttle in second. And Rudy's out. Now remember, these are the semis. They're going to race again in a little bit. So if you're in one of the top 2 spots, you're good. You don't need to use too much energy. You just need to qualify to get into the finals. Tuttle out second. And Rudy's into the top transition already. Making quick work. And Gwen Rudy is out on her way down. And Gwen Rudy has finished, and Laura Tuttle. And that's Alana Vaughn Phillips in third there, followed by Caroline Manny flying down the ski portion. Followed by Christy Polentz. All right, first women's semi. All right, this is the Wasatch Powder Keg. Get fired up. The second women's semi starting shortly. All right. As we get results, we will share them with you. It looks like we had Gwen Rudy and Laura Tuttle definitely advancing. We're here at Solitude Mountain, the gracious hosts of the Wasatch Powder Keg for the last few years. And top two will advance. And then the next two fastest from the two heats will also advance. So right now, we have Gwen Rudy. Oh, and they're off. Second heat is off. From the first heat, Gwen Rudy and Laura Tuttle will advance to the finals automatically. And coming into this in the diamond section, we have heat two. Fastest in this crew, Haley Hafman, then followed by Amanda Kautzer, followed by Charlotte Caseborn Stock, followed by Megan Henry, then Karina Anderson and Tammy Vuppum. We have Haley Hafman out front in the USA kit on the U.S. national team, bib number 15. Let's see who can stay with her and who can get that second qualifier spot. Haley has a good 6-second lead on the pack. Needs to get top two to automatically qualify coming into skin to boot transition. Got to get the skis onto the backpack cleanly. And next in is Charlotte Caseborn Stock and Megan Henry, as well as Amanda Kautzer, rather. And Megan Henry in second. And Amanda Kautzer taking off on the boot pack here. Can she hang on to that pace? She wants that second spot in the yellow and black kit. Amanda Kautzer wants that automatic qualifier spot. Let's see if she can hang on to that. Haley Hafman looking to automatically qualify. She's a few seconds ahead. She's having a little bit of trouble getting the skis off the backpack. Lost a second there. Amanda Kautzer also having a little bit of trouble getting the skis off. And coming in next are Megan Henry and Charlotte Caseborn Stock. Haley Hafman out of the transition zone, heading up to the top boot pack. Kautzer got held up in the transition zone. She wants to take it back. Kautzer in the yellow and black kit, just motoring up, has a lot of engine. Maybe needs to work on those transitions, but has the engine. The question is, did she use too many matchsticks in this qualifier to maybe kind of mess her up for the final? We shall see. She seems to be in incredible shape. Haley Hafman looking so strong. Huge lead. As long as Haley can hang on here, she will advance to the finals. Haley's looking strong, but this is going to be a race for second. Looks like Kautzer out second. If she can hang on to this, she will likely get the automatic advance spot. But then the next two fastest times will move forward from both heats. So you could be in third and or fourth. Let's check to see what's going on here for third and fourth. And we have a fourth place is catching up here. I didn't see the bib number. We need to kind of skate around. Great finish. That could be a fast heat, and you never know. Both of those athletes could advance. Let's check to see if the results are in. And it would appear provisionally that third and fourth place from that heat advanced. Let's hang tight on that. Yeah, so I believe Haley Hafman and Amanda Kautzer get the automatic spots, but I think Charlotte Caseborn Stock and Megan Henry got both lucky loser spots from that heat. That was a fast heat. Haley pulling the pack forward. So provisional, but I believe who is advancing is Gwen Rudy and Laura Tuttle, as well as Haley Hafman, Amanda Kautzer, Charlotte Caseborn Stock, and Megan Henry. And the last athlete here finishing, I believe Tammy Volpum. A lot of action today. It's the Wasatch Powder Keg. We have the men's semis starting shortly. Let's take a look at the timing. 10:02. We got 2 minutes. The men are getting ready to line up. I'm your host, Max Valverde. So let's talk a little bit about the semis. We got 2 semifinal heats for the men. We'll announce that in a second. But what we're going to be looking at is top 2 are going to advance automatically from each heat. And then from there, we'll have the next 2 fastest across both heats. sometimes referred to as lucky losers. So you can still qualify even in third or fourth place. And let's get back down to the bottom. They're getting ready to start. Probably 60 seconds out. Let's talk about this heat and what we are looking at. All right, heat one, we're looking at Joshua Kelber. He had to lay down the fastest time by a long ways. Here they're off. We also have George Beck, Nicholas Rocco, Michael Nilsson, Daniel Crespo, and Federico de Lima Alvarez. Let's see what type of time we lay down. Top two automatically advance. Next two fastest across both heats claim the lucky loser spots. All right, first out of the diamonds, setting a lightning quick pace is Josh Kelber. Josh Kelber, coach of the Silver Fork Skimo team, typically a longer distance athlete, looking to get his sprint game up. Got to get the skis on the backpack. Coming in next to George Beck into the transition zone. Top two automatically advance. And Michael Nilsson, third into the transition zone, followed by Daniel Crespo and Federico de Lima Alvarez. Top two automatically advance. Next two fastest claim those lucky loser spots. And Josh Kelber, just like a man on a mission. Hopefully he's not using too much energy, burning himself out for the final. Followed by George Beck, who also wants to get in that final. And remember, Nilsson and Crespo also wanting. We have a drop ski from De Lima Alvarez. That's likely a penalty. But gotta love the hustle there, the determination. Okay, and up top you can see Josh Kelber in the top transition zone, followed by George Beck in two. And I missed I've lost who is third or fourth, but it's Nilsson and Crespo, third and fourth. And here comes Kelber. And Beck. And this is going to be a third and fourth place race here. And Nilsson in third, flying. Crespo tracking. Nilsson with a strong ski down, trying to secure one of those lucky loser spots. There is a final turn at the finish and a skate up, almost like a skate ski. And it will be Kelber, Beck, Nilsson, Crespo. Here comes Federico de Lima Alvarez. Taking that jump gingerly Better safe than sorry. All right, so Josh Kelber and George Beck will advance automatically. On the bubble will be Nilsson and Crespo, I believe. All right, this is the Wasatch Powder Keg. Second semi starting shortly. Oh, a lot of graphics. We're producing it live here. A lot of action. Apologies there if I gave you vertigo. We're going to be getting going in a minute. In the second heat, we're going to have Ian Clark lay down the second fastest qualifier time, followed by Noah Brown, Arthur Whitehead, Sebastian Sveda Mittelstad, Connor Korgard, and Jacob Richards. Now, to talk about these top athletes, let's see what happened. Let's see if we have the results from last year. Okay, Ian Clark got third last year. David Sinclair and Cam Smith are not here. So, could be interesting for Clark. Is this his year for gold? In years past, Clark has put down the fastest qualifier time. Today, he put down the second fastest. I've said it on the live streams before. I'm not sure if he watches. Ian Clark will oftentimes lay down a super fast qualifier and then an actual slower semifinal or a slower final. So maybe his race strategy has changed. He's a little bit slower in his qualifier. Maybe he's employing a new race strategy. We're going to be getting going in a second here. Men's semi, heat 2, 10-12. So we got 4 minutes here. So let's talk a little bit about race strategy. We got a couple minutes to burn as they're lining up. I'm Max Valverde, your commentator for the day. So again, it's similar. I said it on the NBC broadcast. It's similar to a pass-fail class. You want to do just enough work to get through. Because what ends up happening sometimes is if you go too fast in the semis, you burn out your legs. They don't have a ton of time. Let's take a look again. The time between the semis, 10:12, and the final, 10:40. So, think about that. They finish at 10:15. That's 25 minutes of rest time. So that's not a ton to rest the legs. So if you go too hard, your lactic acid builds up in the legs. You don't have enough lactate cleared for the final. You actually do a slower final. So again, if you have the energy, I'm looking at an Ian Clark. Can he go a little slower? So let's look at the front two. Will they get a bunch of distance going? Or will they be more chilled out? For example, Ian Clark, Noah Brown, Arthur Whitehead. All three of these guys could and should be in the final. This will probably be a faster final than the first. I got to think that more than two will qualify here. I'm likely thinking that Ian Clark, Noah Brown, and Arthur Whitehead will all move on due to it being a faster final. But let's see, they're getting ready. Looks like we're slightly ahead of schedule. And they're off. Men's semifinal, heat 2. Skinny. We got a bit of an issue here. Somebody lost a ski. Unfortunate. Let's see if they can get it back. See if we can keep them both in the shot. Hate to see that happen. Let's see if they can get back in. Man on a mission. Pink helmet. Watch it in the back. If pink helmet gets in, we're going to see who it is. We'll call it once they get up near me. If they move forward, that will be an amazing story. And Ian Clark out front has a few second lead on Arthur Whitehead and Noah Brown. Got to get the skis onto the backpack. And Arthur Whitehead in second, Noah Brown in third. And Ian Clark looking strong, looking measured. And Sebastian Sveda Mittelstadt lost the ski early, trying to make up time. He's a man on a mission. Look at that boot pack. Just beasting up this boot pack. I wouldn't count him out. If this is a faster heat, he could still sneak into the final. Whitehead out front, up ahead. I'm sorry, not Whitehead. Ian Clark out front in the USA kit. Second in the all-dark kit, Arthur Whitehead. Third, Noah Brown. And Mittelstadt, who lost his ski early, was in last place by a mile, is in the top transition having some difficulty. But he's trying to earn a lucky loser spot. Basically, he's racing against the other two racers from Heat 1. And here comes Ian Clark with a generous lead. Two is Arthur Whitehead. Three, we have Noah Brown. And the question is, can Mittelstadt sneak into the final after that lost ski? He's going to have to turn on the jets, see if he can get that second lucky loser spot. Oh, man down. Not Mittelstadt's day. You never know. That could have been a fast heat, though. We shall see in a second. And Connor Korgard hitting the kicker. And Jacob Richards rounding it out. Getting the most air of the day. Jacob Richards gets the altitude award. All right, there you have it. Let's take a look at the schedule. We're now going to have the Masters final. It's going straight to a final. That's going to be in a few minutes here. We're going to be looking at Christopher Heinrich, Steve Wu, Harold Case Bornstock, Trisha Petzold, Kristen Mayer, and Rob Troust. And so, who has advanced? It's Ian Clark, Arthur Whitehead, And it looks like Noah Brown from that final, only top three. Middlestat did not make it through. We also have Joshua Kelber, George Beck, and Michael Nilsson. For the women's final, we're going to have Gwen Rudy, Haley Hafman, Amanda Kautzer, Laura Tuttle, and Charlotte Case-Bornstock, and rounding it out with Megan Henry. And we'll have finals every 10 minutes on the 10-minute mark if we stick to the schedule. Masters final at 10:20. Senior women's final at 10:30 Mountain. And the senior men's final at 10:40. We are here at Solitude. Let me give you a wide angle. It's snowing out. I wouldn't say nuking. It's a nice little snow. My gosh, does Utah need it? A little snow poking through. All right, looks like the Masters are lining up. All right, Masters final. Christopher Heinrich, Steve Wu, Harold Case-Bornstock, Trisha Petzold, Kristen Mayer, and Rob Troust. And they are off. Masters final, combining men and women in this final. I still believe we'd have separate podiums, but they're racing at the same time. In the diamond sections where there are two lanes where they can pick left or right. And we have Steve Wu out front in the 26 bib, 27 bib, Rob Troust, and Christopher Henrik, 28. Steve Wu coming into the transition zone first here. Got to get the skis onto the backpack. Followed by Christopher Heinrich. And Wu is out. Heinrich's out. And Trashed is out. And Caseborn Stock is out. And it looks like Heinrich might be taking Wu at this point. This is a neck and neck fight here. It's going to come down to this transition. See who leaves first. Wu on the left in the black kit. Blue on the right is Heinrich. Heinrich out with a faster transition. Heinrich looking very strong. Wu struggling a little bit with his boot to skin transition. Might also have got caught up in the excitement. Can Wu hang on to his second place spot? Heinrich laying the hammer down. And Heinrich out first, going to take in the lock position for the male Masters gold. Christopher Heinrich just annihilating the course. Steve Wu looking strong on the descent. Looks like third on the Masters male podium. Harold Caseborn Stock. And Rob Trouscht, strong skier. And Trisha Petzold will likely take gold for the women's Masters podium. And Kristen Mayer will get silver. It's the Wasatch Powder Keg. Final starting shortly in the USA National Championship. We got 4 minutes to the finals. 4 minutes. Let's get pumped up. I'm Max Valverde. I'll be taking you through it. I'll be talking you through it. Let's check out the schedule. 10:30 Mountain senior women's final, but we've been a minute or two ahead. 4 minutes maximum until we see that senior women's final. In the final, we will be seeing Gwen Rudy, Haley Hafman, Amanda Kautzer, Laura Tuttle, Megan Henry, and Alana Vaughn Phillips. Should be an interesting final. Let's take a look at what happened last year. So we had Haley Hafman third, the bronze, Gwen Rudy second. Will be interesting to see the race between Rudy and Hafman. The other question is, can Kautzer sneak in there? Can Tuttle sneak in there? They were looking really strong in the semis. Remember Kautzer in the black and white, or black and yellow kit. And we shall see in a few minutes here. I think they're heading out now. Let's take our way back to the bottom. This is the USA Skimo Sprint National Championship. The women are lining up now. This is the event that was in the Olympics. We do not have Anna Gibson here. We do not have Jessie Young here, last year's national champion. So we will be crowning a new national champion. Will it be Gwen Rudy? Will it be Haley Hafman? Will it be a newcomer, a dark horse, a Laura Tuttle? Could we see a Laura Tuttle? Could we see an Amanda Kautzer? It's anybody's day on a Skimo Sprint day. Let's go down to the bottom. They are lining up. Now we're going to see Hafman and Rudy in the USA kits. I believe black and white. It's going to be Amanda Kautzer. And they are off. This is for the USA National Championship in Skimo Sprint, the Olympic discipline that we just saw in Milan Cortina and we will see again in the French Alps. And someone is down. Someone lost a pole and a ski. Hate to see that. Coming into the diamonds, looks like Amanda Kautzer on the left in the black and white. You have Haley Hafman in front with the black helmet, followed by Gwen Rudy taking the same lane. Kautzer keeping an eye on them. It's a long race. It's a sprint, but it is a long race. And Haley out front, Rudy right behind. This is the U.S. National Championship in Skimo Sprint. Hafman and Rudy neck and neck. Hafman about a step in front in the skin to boot transition. And they are in lockstep, and Rudy just taking off, motoring up this boot pack. Wants that gold. Hafman trying to stay with. It'll be a race for third. And Laura Tuttle out, followed by Kautzer. Kautzer's got something to prove. She wants on that podium. And the race for third is on. Tuttle on the left, Kautzer on the right. Gwen Rudy flying, save a transition error, is in a great position into the boot to skin transition. Hafman on the left. Rudy on the right, out. Coming in next in the black and yellow kit, Amanda Kautzer. Having some trouble getting her skis off her backpack. Tuttle on the left, still right with her. And Gwen Rudy on the left part of the screen, being tracked by Hafman. Anything can still happen. Gwen Rudy out front, getting into the skin to ski transition now. And Hafman right behind, about 3 seconds back. And Gwen Rudy with a world-class transition. Let's see if we can cover both. Rudy out front. Hafman tracking. This is for the gold. Hafman tracking fast. Going to try to pass on the descent. There's still a lot of race left. We will take you back to third and fourth place in a second, but we got to stick with this. Hafman's going to try to pass on the skate possibly. Rudy in front, Hafman behind. Can she pass on this final? And Rudy's going to get it. And in third, Kautzer taking it back at the top. Kautzer's going to sneak onto the podium, followed by Laura Tuttle just off. Exciting final. Love to see it close on the descent. And Amanda Kautzer will get bronze. And Elena Von Phillips rounding it out. And that's Megan Henry. Sorry, lost her there. And so the results provisionally appear to be Haley Hafman will win gold in the USA Skimo Sprint National Championship. Or no, did Hafman take it at the end there? The results are saying that it may be Haley and Gwen Rudy second. Haley may have taken it on that final skate. Apologies for not having a camera down bottom. Oh, it has switched. Apologies. In the results, we're looking at Gwen Rudy. Oh, you can't see that. Gwen Rudy secures gold. That's what it looked like on the camera. I was just looking at the provisional results. They have now switched. Gwen Rudy will take the gold. Haley Hafman, silver. Amanda Kautzer, bronze in the USA Skimo Sprint National Championship. Fun to watch. Fun to watch. It's exciting. It's exciting stuff. We have the men's final in just about 4 minutes. Stay with us here. Take a look at the schedule. 10:40, looking like senior men's final. I'm Max Valverde. I'll be commentating with you for this final. Let's see who we have. We're going to have Ian Clark. We're going to have Arthur Whitehead. We're going to have Josh Kelber. We're going to have George Beck. Michael Nilsson. We have a stacked field. Exciting stuff. The question is, what will the race strategy be? Ian Clark is sometimes shot out of a slingshot, and then it's just hang on. Who can hang on with him? The new entrant to the sprint world, at least from my perspective, is Joshua Kelber. He's the coach of the Silver Fork Skimo team. Does a lot of longer races. I chatted with him earlier. He lives in Salt Lake. Isn't usually a contender in sprint. Maybe he's got a little bit of Olympic fever. Got a little excited. Start working on some sprints. Says he doesn't really love the sprint. I mean, who does? You know who does? People who love pain. People who love suffering. People who love going into the pain cave and never coming out. That's who likes the sprint. Sprint is for the weirdos. It's for the psychos. It's for the true animals. The true gangsters. All right. So they're going to be lining up shortly. The question will be, Noah Brown was able to get on the podium yesterday. I believe he got gold in the mixed relay. What's going to happen today? Will we see him on the podium? Let's make our predictions. I think we're going to have, could be an Ian Clark, could be a Josh Kelber. Let's take a look at last year. The only one in the tops in the final last year that was even here is Ian Clark. But I'm pretty sure every year that Ian Clark has been here, he's gone faster in the qualifiers. The question is, has he learned? Has he watched the live stream to hear this race strategy? Go slower in the qualies, slower in the semis. Save it for this race. Let's see. Final starting shortly. Let's give you the music to fire you up. Let's go! Skimo Sprint, USA National Championship. It's the Wasatch Powder Keg. Get fired up, get fired up. Also, we will have the junior final on a separate link. I'm sorry, the junior semis. We'll go through all of those shortly. So either check my Instagram for that, the Maxwell Verde, or I'm assuming it's been reposted to USA Skimo's Instagram, as well as the Wasatch Powder Kegs Instagram. Here they go. And they are off. USA Skimo Sprint National Championship. Somebody out like a rocket. If they can hold on to that pace, that's going to be hard to catch. But this is a long race, and there's a lot of excitement. That could be an Ian Clark slingshot, as we had talked about. He doesn't usually die during a race. He just dies between qualifiers and final. Here we go. And Arthur Whitehead just flying, motoring, was saving something for the final. Just motoring up there. Ian Clark going to try to stay with him. Can he catch him is the question. Ian Clark just taking off like a rocket. Here goes Ian Clark. He wants him. Looking at third, we have Beck closest. Noah Brown out first. Followed by Josh Kelber. Followed by George Beck. Followed by Michael Nilsson. And let's check back up to the top. And Arthur Whitehead out. Ian Clark just getting into that top transition zone. Followed by Noah Brown, Kelber, and Beck. They are flying. Arthur Whitehead has something to prove. Just flying up this, taking a peek back, seeing if anybody's with me. Can I relax a little bit? Arthur Whitehead in the top transition zone, laying down an absolutely meteoric time here. Ian Clark in second place. Noah Brown looking like he's pretty clean for third. Arthur on his way down, flying. So this is where he may slow down and just chill so he doesn't lose a ski, take a spill. And Ian Clark looking clean for second. And let's go back up to the top because this will be, and it looks like a clean third for Noah Brown here. So let's go back down to the bottom to check with the final. And there's Ian Clark congratulating Whitehead. And there's George Beck and Kelber. Beck able to pass Kelber. Kelber with little stees there. Little stank he's throwing on there. Kelber's going to see if he can sneak into fourth. And it'll be fourth back, fifth Kelber. And Nilsson. All right, and there you have it. Let's check the schedule just to make sure. Yeah, we are good to go here. We're looking at junior check-in shortly, and the junior semis will start at 1:15, so we will be live streaming at 1:10. So we got a bit of a break. It's been fun to be with you. Join us for the junior championship. It'll be the future of Skimo. Maybe your 2030 Olympians. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you at the junior.